Micah Parsons, out of nowhere. Whoa, this is how it happens. You're just sitting there, and there's always somebody on the sidelines, either on the sidelines or 2 games behind. Let's get to that. 2 games behind you, talking trash about you. Okay, so please tell me if you have any ideas. What was Micah Parsons thinking? What was he trying to establish with this commentary about Jalen Hurts?
It's a little bit of it's a little bit of a few things. I think normally athletes just by nature are competitive, and I think some guys are more outspoken with that than others. Some guys don't mind being vocal with their competitiveness, and some guys just allow their game to do the talking. So we see it in basketball all the time. We see it in soccer. We see it in baseball. It's not like it's an uncommon thing. You add the fact that it's already a rivalry between these 2 guys, maybe not specifically these 2 guys, but the teams that they play for do not like each other. The fan base don't like each other, and they're both competing for the #1 spot in their division. So you throw that into the mix. And I think also, it's not an uncommon take that Micah said. It's just because Micah Parsons said it, it's a whole thing.
You don't think it's uncommon?
No, I think, like you said, seeing how Jalen Hurts, now I always thought Jalen Hurts had it in him to be the quarterback that we're seeing right now. It just takes some guys a little bit longer to get there. And also Jalen Hurts wasn't always in the best situation to go ahead and showcase his skill set. I say the same thing about Tua in Miami. A lot of people wrote Tua off very early in his career, but failed to realize that his environment was not great for his development as a quarterback. And not everybody's Tom Brady. And even with Brady, yes, he's, 50
even Tom
years
Brady,
old.
Even Tom Brady's not Tom Brady anymore.
Right. But even Brady, needs a good, yes, he can do a lot of incredible things on the football field, and that's why he's the GOAT. But you also have to look at the system that he's in. It has benefited him greatly. It just goes ahead and it magnifies and exemplifies his skill set. So Jalen Hurts has struggled a bit early in his career because he did not have that. Now he's on a really great team. It's well, constructed. It's well moving. And I think that it makes him maybe in some areas a lot better than he would be if that was not in the picture. Now, Does that mean that he's not a great quarterback? Does that mean that his skill set is solely a product of his environment? Absolutely not. It was a little bit of in there, but I think it's 75 Jalen, and the rest is the product of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, here's my problem with this. My problem, and I don't have a problem with Micah Parsons saying what he feels. Great. It's good for us. We love the content, Ashley. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Go ahead and say more stuff before the game. Overlook the Jacksonville Jaguars if you must. I don't care. I don't care. It's good for us. But this sounds, my problem with it, this sounds, can I call it LaShawn McCoy-ish? It's LaShawn McCoy.
Sure.
Remember LaShawn McCoy talking about, hey, Bill Belichick, if he doesn't have Tom Brady, I'm like, yeah, okay. I think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback and the greatest player in NFL history. So if you don't have the greatest, does that change your outcomes? Yes, it does. And so that's not really a hot take.
Of course.
I wonder why do people, certain people, not everybody doesn't, but why do certain people do this? Well, hey, if you took that away, then you wouldn't be nothing. Or, hey, listen, you're only good because you've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Yeah, it helps.
Right.
It helps. Now, what were you saying? Why doesn't the opposite ever happen? So this happens where you're on top, you're really good, people giving you praise, and then you have somebody come in saying, well, you're only good because of this, this, and that. I'd like to see the opposite. Especially, I'm broken down, I'm bad, I'm down on my luck, things aren't going well for me. I want somebody to say, you know what, Michael Holley? You're down on your luck, but you're only like one positive thing away from being great. It's not you. You're not bad. Your situation is bad. No, they never do that. They never do that.
You know what I think?
It's the opposite.
What I think it is? It's this era of I call it the Michael Jordan effect, right? Everybody wants to go ahead and Michael Jordan is the GOAT, right? And I think that a lot of people have this idea in their mind that you can't be great unless you can win by yourself. Right. And people fail to realize that team sports are team sports. Yes, Michael Jordan was, or is rather, the GOAT. But you also have to look at a lot of the fine print in that situation. He didn't win by himself. A lot of it was because of him. Let's not, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of it was because of Jordan and his greatness, but he didn't go out there and play 1-on-5. It was 5-on-5 for a reason. It's a team sport. So I think people want to go ahead and negate the greatness of a quarterback or a basketball player or whoever in a team sport if they can't go ahead and win on their own accord. And that's an unfair thing because, like I said, one guy can't do everyone's job. What did Giselle say when she was married to Tom Brady? My husband can't throw the ball and catch the ball at the same time. That's not how that works. So it's a little bit of that. So it's definitely an unfair narrative. And I think certain positions, quarterbacks and basketball, I think superstars, Kevin Durant and Giannis and LeBron get it more than, say, some other guys.
That's right.
It's the way that sports rhetoric has kind of formed, and it's not fair because they're team sports.
Ashley, you know what? I can't wait until Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
Great.
So we got a game on Christmas Eve, but an early Christmas present for me will be not just the game, but if most likely when I shouldn't even say if, when the Eagles win that game.
Wow, we're doing that? We're doing that. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, listen, you didn't come here. I'd be more respectful if you were here. But now, like, you just decided, oh, no, I'm not.
Don't take Micah's animosity out on me. I didn't say it. I like Jalen Hurts. I didn't say it.
No, it'd be great, though, if on Christmas Eve, the Eagles win this game, just the comments, because you know what they're doing. They're playing the game. They're playing. It's a nice strategic game they're playing. Hey, listen, we're focused on the Bears, and we got a game, and I don't know if the Cowboys have to play the Jaguars, but we got to play the Chicago Bears. We can't get caught up in this, as if it's not bothering them. But they're just collecting. They're collecting.
Listen.
They're collecting information, and if they win that game, Ashley, some of the comments and some of the antics. There will be antics, especially if they win it convincingly. Fourth quarter, I want a specific camera. I just want it on the Philadelphia bench for the last 6 minutes of the game just to see the kind of stuff they do to try to troll Micah Parsons.
Listen, all I know is this is all the talk that Micah's talking. That's great. That's dandy. Listen, say it with your chest or don't say it at all, but you better win. And you better have one hell of a game, right, Micah, because if the game is not won by the Cowboys and it's solely on the defense, all eyes are looking at you. There's a saying, it's one of my favorite sayings, don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash. So go ahead, talk all the trash you want, but you better win that game and you better have one hell of a game yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.